Economists say manufacturing production is likely to remain another drag on economic growth in the third quarter. Manufacturing output declined by 1.2% quarter-on-quarter in May, much worse than expected.
Prospects of growth is going to be more of the same thing. We've gone all the way from 4.6% to the current level of 1.2%. And if we don't take a change of course of action, that growth is going to go below 1%, unfortunately.
GDP figures show economic growth contracted in the second quarter. Stats SA figures show the growth declined by 1.3%. Market expectations were that GDP would grow by around 2%. Disappointing mining production performance in the past 2 months continued to point to struggling activity.
There's a mismatch between statistics and what really is happening on the ground, because the mining numbers shows growth on a month-on-month basis. It even showed like a 2% growth, but on year-on-year of 4%, it shows that PGMs, platinum metal groups, production grew by 84%.
The agricultural sector was the hardest hit, contracting by over 17%. This on the back of drought conditions in the country. The mining sector was down 6.8%. Manufacturing, which is in a technical recession, declined by 6.3%. Sectors which showed slight positive growth were construction, finance, transport, government and personal services. The manufacturing sector experienced a significant decline in job numbers. They were down more than 14,000 in 2005 and are already at 12,350 this year.
It's entirely possible that South Africa experiences an outright recession, and that would be quite problematic in terms of job creation. So for us, it's a concern that it's a minus number. We certainly weren't expecting that much of a decline. It's also a concern that the weakness is broad-based. Sometimes we get a poor agricultural season or some strike within the manufacturing sector that disrupts industry. But this slowdown or this negative number was, I felt, very broad. Even the sectors that are growing, if you look at that growth rate, not particularly strong.
The electricity crisis, rising production cost, weak demand and low global commodity prices are likely to weigh down on production in most manufacturing industries.
The capacity of this economy to produce has been severely damaged by lack of energy. Not just Eskom problems, but also lack of policy certainty around not today's electricity and power, next year and next 5 years and next 20 and next 30 years. And we have no policy in that regard.
According to the Bureau of Economic Research, manufacturing PMI in South Africa remained unchanged at 51.4 in July, with June recording the same number. Economists say the outlook for manufacturing, which accounts for 13% of gross domestic product, remains subdued. However, they are optimistic that the sector is likely to record only a moderate growth off a low base in 2015 as a whole. Colin Limawane, SABC News, Johannesburg.